Hello again, my dear friends. I'm so happy you're back. Today we have time for a very long and wonderful story. So make yourself comfortable, grab a pillow, and let's dive into the full adventure of the summer treasure. This story is about the Miller family and a summer day they would never forget. It all started early one Saturday morning, while the dew was still fresh on the grass and the sun was just starting to peek over the trees. At the Miller house, everyone was buzzing like bees. Tommy was running back and forth, making sure his favorite inflatable duck, Ducky, was the very first thing packed in the trunk. "Don't forget the snorkel," he shouted. Sarah was helping Mom pack the most important part, the snacks. They had strawberry jam sandwiches, crisp green apples, and a special thermos of ice-cold lemonade. Sarah put on her biggest sun hat, ready for the adventure. Finally, the car was packed so tight that there was barely room for Tommy and Sarah. Dad turned the key, the engine hummed to life, and they were off. The journey to Crystal Cove was a long one, but they didn't mind. They drove past rolling green hills and sleepy farmhouses. They played I Spy and sang silly songs at the top of their lungs. Every time they saw a blue sliver of the ocean in the distance, Tommy would point and cheer. As they drove, Sarah opened a dusty old book she'd found in the attic. "Listen to this," she whispered. "It says that at Crystal Cove there's a shell hidden in the sand that's brighter than any diamond. The sparkle shell. The book said that anyone who finds the sparkle shell will have a heart full of sunshine forever." Tommy's eyes went wide. "We have to find it, Sarah. Imagine having a heart full of sunshine." They both made a secret promise. After what felt like forever, the car slowed down. The air began to smell like salt and seaweed, and the sound of crashing waves filled their ears. They had arrived at Crystal Cove, and it was even more beautiful than they imagined. Tommy didn't even wait for Dad to open the trunk. He hopped out and his feet sank into the warm, soft sand. It felt like walking on a cloud made of sugar. Sarah followed, taking a deep breath of the fresh sea breeze. Mom and Dad started the big job of setting up their home for the day. Dad struggled with the giant blue and white umbrella, which kept trying to fly away in the wind like a big bird. Eventually, they got it stuck deep in the sand. Mom laid out the big blue blanket and put the cooler in the shade. It was the perfect spot. But Tommy and Sarah weren't interested in sitting. They grabbed their buckets and shovels, their eyes fixed on the shoreline. The search for the sparkle shell was officially on. Sarah headed toward the rocky tide pools, thinking a special shell might be hiding in a secret place. Tommy headed straight for the water's edge to dig. At the tide pools, the water was clear and still. Sarah knelt down, being very careful not to slip on the wet rocks. She saw a tiny green crab scuttling into a crevice and a beautiful purple sea anemone that looked like a flower. She spotted something shiny at the bottom of the pool. "Is that it?" she wondered. She reached in, her fingers feeling the cool water, but it was just a very smooth pink pebble. It was pretty, but it wasn't the sparkle shell. Meanwhile, Tommy was working very hard. He had found a spot where the sand was wet and heavy. "If I were a treasure shell, I'd hide deep down where it's cool," he thought. He dug and he dug, making a very large pile. Dad came over to help. "That's quite a hole you've got there, Tommy," they joked. Together they moved a heavy grey rock, but underneath they only found a very confused-looking clam who quickly closed its shell tight. No treasure here. Sarah decided to walk further down the beach toward the old lighthouse that stood on the cliff. She thought maybe the shell had washed up near the tall tower. The sand became coarser and there were many more shells to look at. She found shells shaped like fans and shells shaped like spirals. She found a piece of bright blue sea glass that looked like a fallen star. She put them all in her bucket, but her eyes were still searching for that one special sparkle. Along the way, she met a little girl named Maya who was also looking for shells. "Are you looking for the sparkle shell too?" Sarah asked. Maya shook her head. "No, I'm just looking for the ones that have the prettiest patterns," Maya said. The two girls sat together for a while, showing each other their finds. Maya had a shell with stripes like a tiger, and Sarah showed her the blue sea glass. They realized that even if they didn't find the legend, they were having a lot of fun. Suddenly, they heard a whistle. It was Mom. Lunch was ready. Sarah said goodbye to Maya and ran back to the blue blanket. Tommy was already there, covered in sand from head to toe, looking a bit tired from his big dig. Everything tasted better at the beach. The sandwiches were perfectly salty and the lemonade was so cold it made their teeth tingle. They told Mom and Dad about the clam and Maya and the purple anemone. The search wasn't over yet. After lunch, the sun was very hot, so Mom insisted on a little rest. Tommy laid down on his towel and fell asleep almost instantly, dreaming of giant golden shells. Sarah stayed awake, watching the clouds move across the sky. One cloud looked like a big sandcastle, and another looked like a giant whale. The sound of the waves was like a soft lullaby. Sarah felt so peaceful and happy, she almost forgot about the sparkle shell for a moment. Once the sun started to sink a little lower, it was time for the best part, the water. Tommy woke up with a start and ran straight for the waves. "Wait for me," Sarah cried, chasing after him. The water was cool and refreshing. They jumped over the small waves and tried to outrun the big ones. Dad came in and gave them dolphin rides on his back. They were so busy splashing and laughing that the sparkle shell seemed like a distant memory. The sky began to change. The bright blue turned into a soft orange, then a deep, fiery pink. The seagulls were flying home to their nests. Dad started packing up the umbrella. "Time to go soon, kids," he called out. But then she looked at her family. Mom and Dad were holding hands, and Tommy was trying to jump over the small waves. The whole world felt warm and golden, and Sarah felt a different kind of sparkle inside. But then Sarah looked at her brother's sandy face, and her parents holding hands, and Maya waving from down the beach. She saw the way the sunset made everything look like it was made of gold. She felt a warm glow in her chest. "Tommy," she said softly, "I think I know why we couldn't find the shell." Tommy looked at her, curious. "Why?" he asked. Sarah pointed to their family. "The book said the shell makes your heart full of sunshine. My heart is already full." Tommy thought about the digging and the dolphin rides and the strawberry jam sandwiches. He thought about how much fun they'd had all day long. A big smile spread across his face. "You're right, Sarah. We found the treasure." They told Mom and Dad, who gave them the biggest, warmest hugs. They realized that the sparkle shell wasn't a thing you could pick up. It was the feeling of being together and making memories. That was the real magic of Crystal Cove. They helped Mom and Dad fold the big blue blanket, which was now full of sand and memories. They packed Ducky the duck and the empty picnic basket back into the car. They were tired, but it was the best kind of tired you can have. As they drove away, Sarah looked back at the ocean one last time. The lighthouse was starting to shine its bright light over the water. She knew they would come back again next summer, but she would never forget this special day. The drive home was quiet. Tommy fell asleep with his head on Sarah's shoulder. Sarah watched the moon follow them all the way home. Her heart felt light and happy, just like the legend had promised. She had found her sunshine. Dad drove carefully through the night. and Mom hummed a soft tune. They reached home and carried the sleeping children inside. It had been a long day, but every single second was a treasure worth keeping forever. And so, my dear children, that is the full story of the summer treasure. It teaches us that we don't need to find magical shells or hidden gold to be happy. The people we love and the time we spend with them is the greatest treasure. I hope you'll remember that next time you go on a trip. Whether it's to the beach or just to the park, make sure to cherish every laugh and every hug. Those are the moments that will make your heart sparkle like a star. Thank you for spending this special time with me today. It's been a joy to tell you this story. Sleep well, dream of summer sunshine, and I'll see you again very soon for our next adventure. Good night.